Ever felt like the world of cryptocurrency was this exclusive club, guarded by a bouncer demanding a secret handshake and a stack of paperwork you didn't know existed? Like trying to get into a VIP lounge where everyone else seems to know the rules but you? Yeah, me too. Especially when it comes to opening accounts on exchanges like Kraken. You hear about these incredible opportunities, but the thought of navigating the documentation jungle can feel daunting. So, let's cut through the noise, shall we? Let's talk about the real, no-nonsense documents you actually need to open a Kraken account, and how to avoid those frustrating roadblocks. Music fades out. We're not going to dive straight into a list of documents, because frankly, that's boring. We need to understand why these documents are asked for, and what Kraken is trying to achieve. You see, cryptocurrency exchanges, like any financial institution, are heavily regulated. They're required to comply with something called KYC, or Know Your Customer, and AML, anti-money laundering, regulations. It's not just Kraken being difficult, it's a global standard designed to prevent fraud, financial crime, and ensure a safe trading environment for everyone. Think of it as security at the door, making sure only legitimate people get in. And that's where those documents come in. They're not just pieces of paper, they're your digital passport, proving you are who you say you are. And let's face it, in the digital age, where anonymity is easily attainable, verifying identity is crucial. Now, let's get down to brass tacks. The absolute core of what you'll need falls into two main categories: proof of identity and proof of address. Let's tackle proof of identity first. This is where you prove you're a real person. Kraken, like most exchanges, needs to see a government-issued document that clearly displays your full name, date of birth, and a recognizable photograph. What documents qualify? Typically, this includes passport. This is often the gold standard. It's internationally recognized, contains all the necessary information, and is generally considered the most reliable form of ID. National ID card. If you don't have a passport, your national ID card will likely do the trick. Just make sure it's a valid, government-issued card with a clear photograph. Driver's license. In many countries, a driver's license is also accepted. However, it's worth noting that sometimes, depending on your location, a driver's license might not be sufficient on its own and may need to be accompanied by an additional document. Here's a crucial point: Kraken will likely require a clear, high-resolution photograph or scan of your chosen document. Make sure all the details are legible. Blurry images or documents with cut-off corners will almost certainly lead to delays or rejection. And, always ensure the document is still within its validity period. An expired ID is a no-go. Now, on to proof of address. This is where things can sometimes get a little trickier. Kraken needs to verify where you live, to ensure you're residing in a jurisdiction where they're legally allowed to operate. This is essential for compliance and regulatory purposes. Acceptable documents for proof of address typically include utility bills. This could be your electricity, water, gas, or internet bill. The key is that it must show your full name and your current residential address. And, importantly, it should be relatively recent, usually within the last 3 to 6 months. Older bills may not be accepted. Bank statements. A bank statement showing your name and address is another common and reliable option. Again, make sure it's recent. Government-issued correspondence. Official letters from government agencies, such as tax authorities or social security offices, are often accepted. Rental agreements. If you rent, a signed rental agreement can sometimes be used, although this isn't always accepted universally. Here are some important things to remember about proof of address. The name and address on the document must exactly match the information you provided during the registration process. Any discrepancies can cause issues. The document must be dated within the acceptable time frame. Electronic versions of bills are often accepted, but make sure they are clear and show the full document. A P.O. box is not acceptable as a residential address. Now, let's talk about some of the nuances that can trip people up. Sometimes, Kraken may request additional documents or information, depending on your location or the level of verification you're aiming for. For example, if you're looking to trade larger amounts of cryptocurrency, you might be asked to provide proof of income or other financial documents. This is a standard practice to prevent money laundering and ensure the security of the platform. Here's a breakdown of some potential additional requirements. Proof of income/funds. For higher trading limits, you might need to provide documents like pay stubs, tax returns, or bank statements showing your financial capacity. Source of funds declaration. You might be asked to explain the origin of the funds you'll be using for trading. This is a standard AML measure. Selfie with your ID. Kraken may request a selfie of you holding your ID to further verify your identity. This is a common practice to prevent fraud. It's also important to understand that the verification process can take time. Don't expect instant approval. Kraken needs to carefully review each document to ensure its authenticity. The processing time can vary depending on the volume of applications and the complexity of your case. Here are some tips to streamline the process. Double-check everything. Before submitting your documents, make sure all the information is accurate and matches your registration details. Provide clear, high-quality images. Blurry or illegible documents will only delay the process. Be patient. The verification process can take time, so don't get discouraged if it doesn't happen immediately. Contact Kraken support if you have any questions. They're there to help you through the process. And, always remember, security is paramount. Never share your login credentials or sensitive information with anyone. And always enable two-factor authentication, 2FA, to add an extra layer of security to your account. In essence, opening a Kraken account isn't about jumping through hoops, it's about establishing trust and ensuring a safe trading environment. By understanding the requirements and providing the necessary documents, you can navigate the process smoothly and start your cryptocurrency journey with confidence. With that said, thanks for watching and until next time.